Something that's super personal, but like really interesting to know about running your business is the tech stack or subscription-based softwares that someone uses inside of their business. So today I'm going to share everything that I'm using right now for my Smarter Creative business, where I do dubsado setups, website implementations, and systems support for creative small businesses. So let's go ahead and dive into our first topic, which is all like the website communication stuff. So obviously I have my cell phone bill, right? Through Verizon. I also have my domain name with GoDaddy, and so I pay GoDaddy to basically park the domain name with them. And then I host it inside of Showit, which is my website hosting company that I use. My email is through Google Workspace, and I also use my Google Meet for video conferencing within the Google Workspace, and obviously all my like one-on-one emails. And then my one-to-many emails for my newsletter that I use Flowdesk. And Flowdesk is super easy to use. It's very pretty, and they're getting better every year with new enhancements. And my Flowdesk subscription also has both email and their checkout feature, so you can sell digital products through there as well. And you may build a sales page on it. I've got another video that talks about using Flowdesk checkouts and why you would want to use it. And then the last thing I use for my communications side of things is a app called Project Broadcast, and I started using it for my other business where I sell fair trade jewelry, to be able to text my customers there about new sales that are coming and just keep updated for them. And I started using it for Smarter Creative as a way to contact clients and leads without them actually having my personal phone number. So a way to, I don't know, just protect my privacy a little bit, and it acts as a normal 10-digit number. I actually like it because my personal cell phone number is an old number from where I used to live, and this one is now a local number to where I live now. So I feel like it's more authentic anyways, representative of where I live and work from. So Project Broadcast is super cool for texting and calling, and apparently they're gonna start with email marketing as well in the future, which might replace Flowdesk. We shall see about that. And also, all of my links to all these different things are down below, and a lot of them have, oh my goodness gracious, a cat I've never seen before. It just came up on my front porch. Hold please. That was fun. She was super pretty and ran away very quickly from me. Like I was saying, I've got links to everything down below. A lot of them, I have coupon codes for you if you want to try them out for free or get a discount. You can do that through all the links down in the description. And I'm now a little flustered, so why don't we go grab something to drink, and I'm going to talk to you about all of the creative type subscriptions that I have. All right, so I don't have a link for this stuff, colostrum, just trying it out. It gives me more energy. Anyways, it's delicious. So let's talk about my creative subscriptions that I use specifically for my YouTube channel, and that is all I use these few for. So I use Descript to edit my videos. I use VidIQ and TubeBuddy to help me with SEO. and tags and things like that. It also helps with rankings and gives me suggestions and stuff. And then I also subscribe to Epidemic Sound for the music that I use in the videos that I really enjoy. So those are all of my creative subscriptions that I use for videos. And then in general, I subscribe to Adobe Creative Cloud to make sure I have access to Illustrator, Photoshop, Lightroom, all of that. With my clients, I need to be able to use those softwares. But I also have a Canva Pro subscription that I use a lot as well. I like them both for different reasons. I'm not anti-Canva. They're great. They're both great and they do different things and they're awesome. I use Creative Market and I'm one of their monthly subscribers. I love a good template. I love a good font. And by being a member, you get a 20% discount across their site, but there's a monthly fee and they give you like this giant download like bundle of free assets that you can use, which is really cool. I've been a member with Creative Market for a little while since they launched their membership, and I don't know if I'm gonna continue with it. I can't decide. But luckily what happens is you pay a monthly fee and you get so many like credits to use towards purchases on Creative Market, and those credits don't go away. So you won't lose them if you don't use them month to month. So it's basically, I feel like I'm basically like paying a monthly payment for like credits to have ready for me when I'm ready to use them. Yeah, Creative Market. I also use Houtstock, H-A-U-T-E, stock, for my stock photos that I like using for my website and social media and stuff. I really like their aesthetic, everything about their photos. I've also been looking into a couple other stock photo companies. I might switch it up. I feel like sometimes like creatively I have to switch what I'm doing to be like re-inspired to keep creating, especially for social media. It's daunting for this introvert over there. And then creatively, I also use Grammarly to help me with my grammar and writing, and it has been a lifesaver. I have it on my laptop and on my phone and on my iPad, and it just tells me when I need to rewrite it. It also helps me with my voice. So if something is like super friendly, it'll let me know that, which is really helpful to know. But really it's the spelling and the grammar that I need help with. English has not been my best subject in school, English and geography. So I really do appreciate their help in keeping me writing better. And then the other creative item I use is called Dub-Ins, which is a Dubsado. They're not affiliated with Dubsado, but it's only for Dubsado use, and it basically creates really pretty forms. I use them to help me with my CSS and HTML stuff with my client work, and it just helps make forms that are even more like beautiful than what Dubsado does on its own. You can really edit every bit of your form using Dub-Ins, and it's super neat. Let me know if you want a tutorial like specifically on Dub-Ins. I'd love to show you that. They also have a great online community that comes with their software, which I think is really cool. You can ask like Dubsado questions and they have great support inside of that. So it's like a bonus. Sometimes I feel like I'm paying for the software, and sometimes I feel like I'm paying for that community, which is super cool. Let's get into organization stuff. So for how I organize my business, let's start with one that I thought about putting in the creative aspect, but I think it's more organization, and it's a subscription that I just recently restarted. Is Social Curators with Jasmine Star, and it really helps with putting your social media content, getting a plan for it. They just launched a new AI tool called Dottie, who like learns your business, learns your voice, and suggests captions or post ideas. She helps with hashtags, and you can also schedule straight from Social Curators onto Instagram or Facebook. And yeah, I'm happy I'm using it again. I needed something to help me get back in the habit of posting consistently on social media because it's not something that I do well again. Anyways, so yeah, that is a subscription I just recently re-upped on. And then I use Notion for my project management, to-do lists, like big picture, like getting granular. I love Notion. It is super affordable, like it's just not all that expensive. It's free to use, and then if you need more space in it, you have to start paying for it. But honestly, I can't believe they don't charge more for that software, and I love Notion. It works for my brain. Like, I can get really creative with it. I can create like training pages for my clients inside of Notion. I can create just all kinds of stuff. So I use Notion for that. And then Dubsado for my actual like client management. So how I take payment, how I schedule appointments with people, forms are completed there, contracts are signed there. Dubsado is where like my lead capture that's on my website. It's actually a Dubsado form that's embedded on my website. So it's all tied together. So Dubsado is my client relationship management tool. And then a couple things I use is Toggle to keep track of my time. Now Dubsado does have a time tracker inside of it, but because I work so much in other people's Dubsados, I rarely have my Dubsado open. I'm usually like logged out of it and logged into theirs or like in their profile. So I can't keep track of time inside of my Dubsado for that client work. But if you do not work in Dubsado for your day-to-day business, if you're a VA or someone else who need to track time, if you're on an hourly retainer as a website support person, you can track that time inside of Dubsado, but I don't have that. So I actually pay for Toggle. Toggle is free to use as well, and then you just get different reporting options when you start to pay for it. So I went ahead and upgraded to pay for it, which has been great for me. And then another software that I use and I love, it also has a free version, is Loom for my video tutorials. It's easy screen recording, and there are so many alternatives to Loom as well, but I really like how Loom looks, and honestly I've just been using it for so long that to switch at this point to another one that's come up that probably has better white labeling, honestly, is what I don't really like about Loom. It's very obvious that you're using a Loom video. That is like the downside for it. I would use something else, but I have so many videos on there that I don't think I'll ever be able to not use Loom anymore. But it's a favorite, it's great, it does well, and I can embed my Loom videos into Notion pages. You can embed them into Dubsado forms. It's really helpful everywhere that you can put these videos at. The last tool I want to talk about is something that I've only recently been using, like probably the last 2.5 weeks I've been using it, and it is called Sunsama. So Sunsama is I would say a productivity tool for you to get organized. And I had been trying to use an app called Motion that uses AI to tell you like what to work on next. Like you just tell it your tasks and it's gonna tell you what to work on. But I found it really buggy and hard to import. Like I have the same tasks when I have a client project. I do the same thing over and over again. And to create template projects, it just was really clunky and it kept freezing on me and it was really frustrating. So I stopped using Motion and was wanting to use something else and came across a YouTuber who suggested Sunsama, and Sunsama is so neat. So it is a to-do list in and of itself, but then I connect my Notion to it, my Gmail to it, and my calendar to it. So I can pull in emails as to-do items, and I can pull in Notion to-dos and put it on my Sunsama to-do list, because Notion can get very, like it's everywhere. Like I have to-do lists here, like my general to-dos, and then I have all like my client to-dos that can live on the same to-do list, but then I can lose them as well, or my content plan. If I have a newsletter I want to put out or a YouTube video I want to put out. I have that inside of Notion, and inside of Sensama, I can bind them all together in one place, in one super clean view, and then I can drag to-dos over onto my calendar to start to time block for those tasks. So it's not using AI to do these things, but it's putting it in my hands, but I can see it all in one place. And this has been so helpful to use in my days. And I really like that they have a morning check-in of, okay, let's plan your day. What do you have on your schedule already? What tasks did you have that you did not get finished yesterday that you're bringing over today? And then you can move things to the future. They eventually archive to-dos that you didn't get done after a few days, and they put it in a little side bucket, which is nice. So then you can go back to them if you want. It also tells you how many times a to-do has rolled over to the next day, which can be a little shaming, but in a good way. Oh yeah, I've been avoiding this to-do. Why have I been avoiding it? And so I've been really enjoying it. And then I can set daily to-dos. I can do my journaling and prayer time that I want to do every morning, and a workout. And what I like about it is if I check those off, it's basically like habit tracking, but if I don't, it does not roll it over to the next day because it's already there on the next day, it just disappears. And I really like how smart that is. So yeah, I've been loving using Sensama, and I have a link below. You can get 2 weeks free with it and to try it out to see if it works for your brain and to keep you organized. Say whatever best keeps you organized, the better. Go check out Motion if you want. It might work for your brain, but man, Sensama is beautiful. It keeps me focused. And there's also a time tracker in Sensama. I don't think I'm at a place to replace Toggle with Sensama because a lot of times I'm working on client stuff on the go and it's not necessarily tied to a task. So I don't think I'll replace it for the way I work, at least not yet, but it might replace my Toggle. And that's always when I look overall at everything that I have, it's really nice to take a step back and say, okay, do I need these things? Can I do this in this? Can it combine? I no longer have a Calendly subscription because I have Auto and also my Google Workspace, which has a quick link to schedule calls with me. The social curators, which I had for years. I think I had it for 2.5 years. And I finally said, no, I'm not using it. It's not inspiring me to post on social media. I'm canceling it. So be sure to pay attention to what you're spending your money on every month because this adds up. These subscriptions are the bulk of my business expenses because this is all I do is client work, and I need the software to help me do my client work. And I don't have rent, my office is in my home, right? You're in my kitchen dining room with me right now. And yeah, so this is all what helps me to do my work. It's where my costs go, but it's okay. That's the cost of doing business, but only subscribe to the things that you really need, that you're going to use, or that really inspire you and motivate you. Looking at my list, I might cancel either VidIQ or TubeBuddy, depending. I've been a TubeBuddy subscriber for a while, and I just recently subscribed to VidIQ, wondering if it tells me anything different, but I don't know if I need it. So that's probably going away. And I might even look at my Flowdesk subscription because that checkouts feature, I think I'm moving to Thrivecart because Thrivecart is a one-time, getting so dark over here, hang on, okay. I might even move to Thrivecart because I've already purchased Thrivecart, and Thrivecart was a one-time purchase. So there's no monthly fees to it. It was a larger fee up front, but I'm not now paying for it month after month for years. I'd much rather pay the one-time fee, have it done with, and then just know I have that software to use. Be careful with one-time fees though, because if you're like me, you can forget you subscribed to something. So make sure you keep track of everything that you've said yes to and could possibly use. And I think that's all I have for you today. I hope that was, I don't know, helpful, inspiring. Let me know what you thought of it down below. If you like hearing some of this behind the scenes of my business, and be sure to grab some of the links to what I talked about down below if you want to check them out. Only check them out if you need something like that, or like you love it. If you want to hear more about the different services, also leave me a comment down below. I'm Lauren with The Smarter Creative. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this, and I will see you next week.